Today, I'm gonna demo an MXR Fullbore Metal pedal. What's up everybody, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Taylor and I do all sorts of guitar related stuff like this on my channel. If that's something you enjoy, make sure to subscribe and click the bell notification icon so you don't miss any uploads. A while back, I did a video on the MXR Fullbore Metal pedal for the Bridge City Sessions channel. And a lot of you have requested for me to take a second look at this pedal. And with the situation that's going on right now, you know, the situation, I don't have to tell you what the situation is. I was able to find some free time to surf around on eBay and have a bidding war for one of these pedals, which I got for a pretty decent price. I know you guys are probably gonna ask, so I think I got it for $50 with $5 shipping or something. It was under $60 US. Okay, well, let's plug it in and see what it sounds like. I'm gonna be testing it both through a 2 power amp as well as a solid state power amp. On the 2 power amp end, I'm using a Marshall 100, which has EL34s, and on the solid state end, I'm using one of my favorite pieces of gear, the Seymour Duncan Power Stage 700. Yeah, we're gonna start with the Marshall, and you'll notice the reason that it's not on right now is it's very loud. You can't really see these settings on camera because of the way the amp layout is. Channel A is using voicing B, which is modern, I believe. We'll have to double check that once I turn it on. And the presence is at 50%, which I will probably increase once I turn the amp on because this amp is kind of dark. Okay, here's the clean signal. Let's turn the pedal on. Pedal sounds awesome and it is metal as f. So let's dial this guy in here. This pedal has a mid-frequency sweep too, so let's try and get that dialed in. This is pretty similar to my crank amp, and what I usually like to do with this mid-frequency is set it in the low-mid area to give a little bit more thump out of the cabinet, and then I dial it back to taste. Yeah, even with the gain all the way down at 0, it still sounds pretty chunky. want to address something here. A few of you commented that you were not able to get this pedal to sound very good, and then it has this sort of can of bees sort of sound, and I'm not really experiencing that at all. I think this pedal sounds really, really good, actually. Okay, let's turn the scoop on, which is going to change the way the frequency is adjusted here. Okay, the scoop button kind of sucks. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe you guys have the scoop on. Okay, so minus the scoop button, I think this pedal sounds really, really awesome, man. There's the gate kicking in right there. So it's kind of like a smart gate. It's not a hard gate where it's just cutting the audio. It's actually just suppressing it and turning it down. It's a really awesome feature for a pedal, especially a preamp pedal that sounds really good as is. And if you noticed when I was turning up the treble here, there's a very fine line on this treble where it turns into noise. Here, let me show you. For those of you who are curious, here's the difference between mode A and B on this power amp. Here's mode A. So it's almost like it boosts the lows and the highs with voice B on this particular power amp, which to me sounds a little bit more modern. So now that we have a pretty good idea of what it sounds like through a tube amp, let's switch over to the Seymour Duncan and see if that adds or takes away anything from the sound. Safety first. So I've reset everything on the Seymour Duncan power stage back to 0, so that way there's no coloring from the power amp happening on this one. We can dial in the EQ if we want to later. I kept the settings exactly the same on the MXR Fullbore Metal pedal, so here's the difference. I don't know how well that is translating to YouTube, but maybe you can see why I love this power amp so much. And for comparison's sake and my own curiosity, God, I don't know why they made these things this way. It's so hard to see what the fuck's going on. Yeah, okay. I have the level on the Seymour Duncan a little bit lower than I have the gain on the Marshall 100, and it sounds a little bit louder to me. I can't tell from my meter over there, but yeah. If any of you are wondering if a solid state amp is loud enough to power a 4x12 cabinet, this one is, if you're looking for solid state power amp. It's a good one. I typically find that this power amp lacks a little bit low end compared to its tube counterparts, and I also like to boost the mid and the treble just a little bit to kind of help the EQ in the power amp section. So here, I'll show you what that does. I'm actually just going to turn this back and run this mostly flat here. I'm going to boost the lows just a hair. I actually think the EQ on the power amp section is a little bit overkill for this application. So let's mess with the pedal here. Yeah, you really don't need much gain here, and I'm actually kind of cutting these lows out with the solid state power amp, which is a little bit surprising to me, but okay. Let's see how the scoop sounds with the solid state power amp. Not really a fan of the scoop on either of those, and I find what I'm doing with the scoop actually is just using the scoop and then trying to find the frequency that it's scooping and boost it back up, so it's kind of counterproductive there. Alright guys, I feel like I got a pretty usable tone out of this thing, and I don't remember it sounding this good when I did that first demo, but I think it sounds really good, and I think it was probably $50 whatever dollars well spent on eBay. Do I foresee myself using this for anything anytime soon? Probably not, but that's just because I have a plethora of pedals and modelers, but it's totally usable, and you know, I would recommend this thing. I don't think it's a bad pedal at all. I think it's actually a pretty good pedal. I'm slightly interested to hear what it would sound like as a boost, but there is so much distortion on it that I don't know that I want to necessarily hear that. It might be kind of cool though as like a boost slash gate. Maybe I'll have to do that in a future video. All right guys, what did you think of the MXR Fullbore Metal pedal? Did I help you figure out how to dial this thing in? Did I just make it worse? Did my guitar tone just sound like a can of bees and I can't tell because I haven't edited this video yet? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you would like to see anything else with the MXR Fullbore Metal pedal, definitely let me know down there. I think that's all the things. I think I did all the things. All right guys, that's all for me. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.